now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Friends, the question says, who among the following topped the Bloomberg Billionaires Index for 2021? So it's Bloomberg releasing Billionaires Index daily in the world's top billionaires list. So for the year 2021, who among the top? Now we'll try to see the options. The options are A. Jeff Bezos, he is Amazon CEO, and B. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Elon Musk, C, and D. Bill Gates. E, none of these. Now here the right answer is Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon. So his net worth is 184.6 billion US dollars. 184 billion US dollars. So he is the top billionaire in the Bloomberg index for the year 2021. So when come to Bloomberg, it is a media group. So this Bloomberg Billionaires Index, it is a daily ranking of world's billionaires published by this Bloomberg News. So since 2012, this Bloomberg News releasing this billionaires list. So when comes to Bloomberg CEO, so Bloomberg CEO name is Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg. The headquarters of this Bloomberg, it is in New York, United States. So when comes to this billionaire, Bloomberg billionaire top. So Jeff Bezos, he became the top billionaire in the world's billionaires. So Jeff Bezos is CEO of Amazon. Now moving on to next question. The question says, Reserve Bank of India has launched a Digital Payments Index, DPI. We'll call it as DPI. So this abbreviation you need to remember in upcoming examinations. What is meant by DPI, like that they will ask. So abbreviation of DPI. So DPI means the Digital Payments Index. So when it comes to this question, RBI has launched this DPI to capture the extent of digitization of digital electronic payments in India. So RBI to capture the extent of digitization of this digital electronic payments in India. So the question is, the index comprises of how many parameters? So this digital payment index, RBI made some parameters to comprise this index. So here the question is, the index comprises how many parameters? We'll see the options. The options are A 4 parameters, B 5 parameters, C 7, D 10, and E none of these. So the index comprises 5 broad parameters. So the right answer is B 5. So this RBI has launched this digital payment index DPI to capture the extent of digitization of these digital transactions across the country. So this RBI digital payment index has 5 broad parameters. We'll see what are those 5 parameters. The first one is payment enabler, and second one is payment infrastructure, that is demand side factor, and third one is payment infrastructure, that is supply side factor, and fourth one is payment performance, and last one is fifth one, that is consumer centricity. I'll repeat once again that 5 broad parameters. First one is payment enabler. So payment enabler, and second one is payment infrastructure, that too demand side factor, and third one is payment infrastructure, that is supply side factor, and fourth one is payment performance, and fifth one is consumer centricity. So these are the 5 broad parameters to capture the extent of digitization of these electronic payments in India. Now the question says, J.K. Shivan has been named as the new MD and CEO of which bank? J.K. Shivan has been named as the new MD and CEO of which bank? We'll see the options. The options are A. Yes Bank, B. Bandhan Bank, C. Dhanlaxmi Bank, D. ICICI Bank, E. none of these. We'll see the right answer. The right answer is option C, Dhanlaxmi Bank. The board of directors of Dhanlaxmi Bank have approved the appointment of J.K. Shivan as the next MD and CEO of the bank. So when it comes to J.K. Shivanji, Shri Shivan J.K. has 37 years of experience in State Bank of India and has handled various areas of commercial banking in the banking field, that too in State Bank of India. So after State Bank of India, The board of directors of Dhanlaxmi Bank has became him as MD and CEO of this Dhanlaxmi Bank. When it comes to starting part of this Dhanlaxmi Bank, it is a private sector bank. This headquarters in Kerala. It is Thrissur city. When it comes to tagline of this Dhanlaxmi Bank, Tanmandan. The tagline of Dhanlaxmi Bank, it is Tanmandan. Now moving on to next question. The question says, who among the following are the MD, Managing Directors of State Bank of India, SBI? I'll repeat question once again. Who among the following are the MDs of SBI? We'll see the options. Options are A. Swaminathan Janakiraman, B. Ashwani Kumar Tiwari, C. C.S. Shetty, D. Ashwani Bhatia. E. All of these. The Appointments Committee ACC of the Cabinet has approved the appointment of Swaminathan Janakiraman and Ashwani Kumar Tiwari as the new MDs of State Bank of India for a period of 3 years. So option A and option B. The Appointments Committee ACC has been approved appointment of Swaminathan Janakiraman and Ashwani Kumar Tiwari as the new MDs of State Bank of India. So along with these two MDs, other two MDs also there. So overall 4 MDs are for this State Bank of India. So I will repeat. I will tell another 2 MDs of the State Bank of India. And the other 2 MDs are CS Shetty and Ashwani Bhatia. So when it comes to right answer for this question, option E. Option E, it is all of these. So presently State Bank of India 4 managing directors: Swaminathan Janakiraman, Ashwani Kumar Tiwari, C.S. Shetty and Ashwani Bhatia. Now moving on to starting part of this State Bank of India. So when it comes to tagline of State Bank of India, there are many taglines. So one with you all the way, and pure banking, nothing else. Another one, the nation bank honors, and a bank of common man, and the banker to every Indian. So these are the main important taglines for this SBI. And when it comes to headquarters of this SBI, it is Mumbai. Friends, now we'll try to read the question. The question says, which private sector bank partnered with FinTech Neo to offer prepaid cards to MSME workers? So which private sector bank has partnered with FinTech Neo to offer prepaid cards to MSME workers? Now we'll see the options. The options are A. S Bank, B. Bandhan Bank, C. Canara Bank, D. ICICI Bank. In none of these. So in question itself said that private sector bank. So here the option C we can remove. So right answer we have to choose in A, B or D, E. So now we'll see the right answer. The right answer is D. ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank has partnered with this Neo FinTech company. That FinTech company name is Neo. So ICICI Bank has partnered with this Neo FinTech company to offer prepaid cards to MSME workers. That to which MSME workers? Who are mostly unbanked MSME workers. So these MSME workers will call it as MSME blue collar workers. So who are mostly unbanked people, no? So for them we'll call it as MSMEs blue collar workers. So this card will allow that workers to get the benefit of funds up to 1 lakh in that card account. So after this partnership is another step by this ICICI Bank to offer banking solutions to this unbanked population. So this card will also offer digital solutions with ease and safety transactions also. So these things we can give less priority, but we need to remember. So which bank has partnered with this which fintech company? So here the answer is ICICI Bank has partnered with Neo FinTech company. Now when it comes to static part of these two companies, when it comes to ICICI Bank, the headquarters of ICICI Bank, it is Mumbai, and present MD and CEO of ICICI Bank, Sandeep Bakshi. Now when moving on to this fintech company, that company name is Neo. So this Neo FinTech company, it is a startup company, and the headquarters of this Neo, it is Bengaluru in Karnataka. When it comes to CEO and co-founder of this Neo FinTech company, his name is Vinay Bangri. So note it down. His name is Vinay Bangri. Now moving on next question. The question says Shaurya salary account. Shaurya salary account. It is a new product launched by which bank for the defense personnel? So Shaurya. So by seeing that word itself, we can easily identify it is related to defense personnel. No. So the question is this Shaurya salary account. This is new product launched by which bank? Now we'll see the options. The options are A. Yes Bank, B. Bandhan Bank, C. Kotak Mahindra Bank, D. IndusInd Bank. In none of these. Now here the right answer is option B, Bandhan Bank. Bandhan Bank, it is an Indian banking and financial service company. It is a private sector bank, and the headquarters of this Bandhan Bank, it is Kolkata, West Bengal. So this bank has launched a new product, new salary product. That product name itself, Shaurya salary account. So mainly they made this product to useful for defense personnel who are working under defense sector. Now when come to starting part of this Bandhan Bank, the Bandhan Bank headquarters, it is Kolkata, West Bengal, and present CEO of this Bandhan Bank, his name is Chandrasekhar Ghosh. So friends, note it down. CEO name is Chandrasekhar Ghosh, and headquarters of this Bandhan Bank, it is Kolkata, West Bengal. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook, and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. Now moving on next question. The question says the RBI has introduced the legal entity identifier, LEI, legal entity identifier. So the name itself saying they are identifier. So legally they will identify the transactions. For what? For all RTGS and NEFT payment transactions made by entities, so made by companies, banks or financial institutions for the value of rupees dash and above. So simply RBI has introduced a certain legal entity identifier. So this identifier will identify the transactions of which value and above, what value and above for all RTGS and NEFT payment. So we'll see the options. The options are A 1 crore, B 10 crore, C 20 crore, D 50 crores, and E none of these. So your right answer is D 50 crore. The Reserve Bank of India has introduced legal entity identifier for all payment transactions of value 50 crore and above undertaken by these financial companies or individuals via that payments via RTGS and NEFT payment transactions. Okay, the answer is option D 50 crore and above. For 50 crore and above RTGS and NEFT payment transactions. For these transactions, RBI has introduced this legal entity identifier. So this legal entity identifier will monitor the transaction and that individual company or entities. Now moving on next question. The question says which bank has recently collaborated with Google Pay to issue FASTag to users digitally? Which bank has recently collaborated with this Google Pay to issue FASTag to users digitally? So recently Government of India made FASTag is mandatory from the 1st January onwards. No? So we'll see the options. The options are A. Federal Bank, B. Axis Bank, C. ICICI Bank, D. Citibank. In none of these. This private sector lender ICICI Bank. So the options right answer is option C, that is ICICI Bank. Yes, this private sector lender ICICI Bank has collaborated with payment app that Google Pay. So ICICI Bank has collaborated with Google Pay to issue this FASTag to users digitally. So this partnership will allow users to order, track and recharge their ICICI Bank FASTag digitally through the UPI on Google Pay itself, and the ICICI Bank is the first bank to partner with Google Pay for issuing these FASTags, that too digitally. So here the right answer is ICICI Bank. So simply ICICI Bank has partnered with Google Pay to issue FASTag digitally in first time in India. So this partnership is the first partnership regarding this FASTags. Now moving on next question. Friends, now moving on to next question. The question says NAB Foundation signs MOU with which bank under project MyPad MyRight? So NAB Foundation signs MOU with which bank under project of this MyPad and MyRight? This project name. Now we'll see the options. The options are A. ICICI Bank, B. Union Bank of India, C. Punjab National Bank, D. Central Bank of India. In none of these. So we'll see the right answer. Yeah, right answer is Central Bank of India, CBI. So the Central Bank of India will offer financial support to self-help groups who are working for this MyPad, MyRed project. So the self-help groups working under this MyPad, MyRed project. This project works under this NABARD Foundation. So which Central Bank of India agreed to provide collateral-free working capital support to each and every self-help group selected members under this project. So that project name call it as MyPad, MyRide. So every SHG member should have account in the Central Bank of India. Then only they will get benefit of this collateral-free working capital. So here we need to remember this NABARD Foundation has signed this MOU with the Central Bank of India. So that project name will call it as MyPad, MyRed. This project is specially meant for self-help groups. Now when come to study part of this question, the headquarters of the Central Bank of India, it is Mumbai, and present MD and CEO of this Central Bank of India name is Sri Pallav Mahapatra. Pallav Mahapatra. Now moving on to next question. The question says the India Post Payment Bank has partnered with which digital payments company to promote financial inclusion among undeserved and unbanked segment of the country. So this IPPB, Indian Post Payment Bank, has partnered with the digital payment company. So to promote financial inclusion among undeserved and unbanked segment of the country. Now we'll see the options. The options are A. REBAT, that's RBI Technology Private Limited. B. PhonePe. C. Financial Software and Systems. D. FlexCube. E. None of these. Now here the right answer is Financial Software and Systems. The Indian Post Payment Bank IPPB has partnered with Financial Software and Systems FSS, we call it as in short form FSS, to promote financial inclusion among undeserved and unbanked segments. So simply this Indian Post Payment Bank has partnered with this Financial Software and Systems digital payment company to promote financial inclusion among undeserved and unbanked segment of the country. Here the right answer is option C. Now here the question says which bank has launched the AURA credit card, AURA credit card loaded with health and wellness benefits. So which bank has launched this credit card? We'll see the options. The options are A. Yes Bank, B. Bandhan Bank, C. Axis Bank, D. ICICI Bank. E. None of these. So here the right answer is option C. Axis Bank. Yes, our private sector lender Axis Bank has unveiled a credit card. That credit card name is AURA. It is exclusively loaded for with several health and wellness benefits for their users at an affordable price. So here the right answer is option C, Axis Bank. So when it comes to starting part of this Axis Bank, the Axis Bank headquarters is Mumbai, and present CEO of Axis Bank, his name is Sri Mr. Amitabh Chaudhary. Now moving on to next question. The question says, in a partnership with whom S Bank has launched S Bank Wellness and S Bank Wellness Plus credit cards. So this is the second question also related to credit card. So the question I'll repeat once again. So in a partnership with whom S Bank has launched S Bank Wellness credit card and as well as S Bank Wellness Plus credit card. We'll see the options. The options are A. Imami Frank Rose Limited, B. MedLife, C. Tulsi Pharmacies Limited, so India, D. Aditya Birla Wellness Private Limited. In none of these. So here the right answer is option D, Aditya Birla Wellness Private Limited. So the theme of these credit cards, S Bank Wellness and S Bank Wellness Plus credit cards. So these credit cards are launched to offer holistic health, self-care and wellness facilities to the customers, the consumers, for S Bank consumers. So the holder of these credit cards will be able to avail complimentary health benefits by registering on Aditya Birla Multiply app. So Aditya Birla Multiply app is there. In that app, these card holders has to register themselves. Then they will get complimentary health benefits through these credit cards. Now I will repeat question once again. So in a partnership with this Aditya Birla Wellness Private Limited, S Bank has launched S Bank Wellness and S Bank Wellness Plus credit cards for complimentary health benefits. Now, when it comes to starting part of this Yes Bank headquarters it is Mumbai, and Yes Bank present MD and CEO Prashant Kumar. Prashant Kumar, he is the MD and CEO of Yes Bank. So that was about this question. Now moving on next question. Now the next question says, what is the interest rate on Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana in quarter 4 of 2021 fiscal year? In this question they are asking Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana quarter 4 interest rate. What is the interest rate? Now we'll see the options. Options are A 8%, B 7.5%, C 7%, D 7.6%. In none of these. When it comes to right answer, the right answer is 7.6%. So it is the highest rate interest on given by the government for this Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana for the fiscal year 2021. So government going to give interest 7.6% on this Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana account. So I will give you the brief explanation on this SSY Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana account. So it is a savings scheme launched by Government of India in 2015 for the initiative of this Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao campaign. So this scheme enables guardians to open savings account for their girl child with an authorized commercial bank or Indian Post branches. The main condition for this open of this account is the girl must be an Indian resident and girl should not more than 10 years of age. And one more thing, up to 2 accounts, so maximum 2 accounts can be opened in the family with a 2 girl child. So your right answer is option D, that is 7.6% for fiscal year 4, for the 4th quarter of this year. Now moving on next question. The question says, government has recently opened a new bench of National Company Law Appellate Tribunal NCLAT. So NCLT, it is a National Company Law Tribunal, and NCLAT, it is Appellate Tribunal. So it is the next authority of NCLA. Now in which city? The question is government has recently opened a new bench of this National Company Law Appellate Tribunal in which city? We'll see the options. Options are A New Delhi, B Mumbai, C Chennai, D Hyderabad. In none of these. So Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman has inaugurated the new bench of this NCLAT National Company Law Appellate Tribunal at Chennai. The answer is option C, Chennai. Recently, our FM Finance Minister opened this new bench of National Company Law Tribunal office at Chennai through virtual mode. So this newly constituted Chennai bench of this NCLAT is the first such bench to be launched outside New Delhi. Present, it was in New Delhi. So it is a this newly constituted bench of this NCLAT is the first bench to be launched outside of New Delhi. Now next question says, Siddhartha Mohanty has recently been elected as the managing director of which company? Siddhartha Mohanty is recently elected as MD of the which company? We'll see the options. The options are A. Reserve Bank of India, B. Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, C. United India Insurance Company Limited UIICL, D. Life Insurance Corporation of India. In none of these. So when it comes to right answer, here right answer is option D, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. So the Appointments Committee of Cabinet has approved the appointment of Siddhartha Mohanty as a new MD of LIC. So he will assume charge with effect from 1st February 2021 till his superannuation of 30th June 2023. So till 2023 June 30th he will be the MD of this LIC. So when it comes to starting part of this LIC, the LIC headquarters it is Mumbai, and LIC founder Government of India, and LIC it is established in the year of 1956. So these are the important starting point related to LIC. Now moving on to next question. The question says, name the SafePay gateway launched by Airtel Payment Bank (APB) as an additional safety features for its users transacting through UPI or other online mode to protect them from online fraud. So simply, Airtel Payments Bank has recently launched a payment gateway. So you're asking that payment app name, that gateway app name. So we'll see the options. The options are A. Airtel iSecure Pay, B. Airtel UPI Pay, C. Airtel Safe Pay, D. Airtel Secure Pay, and E. none of these. So when it comes to right answer of this question, the right answer is option C. It is Airtel Safe Pay. So this Airtel Payment Bank, it is basically Gurgaon based payment bank. This payment bank has launched a safe mode of this pay gateway. That pay gateway we will call it as Airtel Safe Pay. That is option C, as I told. So to protect Airtel customers from growing incidents of online payment frauds. So mainly the purpose of this Airtel Safe Pay is to protect Airtel customers from the growing incidents of online payment frauds. So the Airtel Safe Pay will prevent online frauds when customers transact through this UPI, Unified Payment Interface, or in internet banking. So when customers transact in their transactions through UPI or net banking, so using this Airtel Payment Bank, so this Airtel Safe Pay gateway will protect them their online transactions or online frauds. Now moving on to this Airtel Safe Pay. This Airtel, the starting part of this Airtel Payment Bank, the CEO of this Airtel Payment Bank is Anubrata Biswas. He is CEO of this Airtel Payment Bank. I'll repeat name once again. Anubrata Biswas. The headquarters of this Airtel Payment Bank, it is New Delhi, and it was founded in 2017. It was established in 2017 as a payment bank. Now moving on to next question. Now next question says, as per the Brand Finance Global 2021, which company has become the 5th strongest brand in the world? I'll repeat question once again. As per Brand Finance Global 2021, which company has become the 5th strongest brand? 5th, not largest, 5th strongest brand in the world. We'll see the options. Options are A. TCS, B. Reliance Jio, C. Apple, D. WeChat, E. WhatsApp. We'll see the right answer. The right answer is option B. Reliance Jio. As per Brand Finance Global 2021, Reliance Jio has become the 5th strongest brand in the world. Next, WeChat, it is the strongest brand in the world. In the top, so Apple is the most valuable brand in the world. So WeChat is the strongest brand in the world, and Apple is the most valuable brand in the world. So when it comes to static part of this question, the Reliance Jio, it is an Indian based company, and present MD of the Reliance Jio, Mukesh Ambani. Now moving on to next question. The question says, with which e-commerce platform Government of Karnataka signed MOU to uplift e-commerce and MSME of the state? With which e-commerce platform Government of Karnataka signed an agreement to uplift their e-commerce service and MSME service of the state? We'll see the options. Options are A. Amazon, B. Flipkart, C. Paytm, D. Snapdeal, E. none of these. Government of Karnataka, Department of Industries and Commerce signed a memorandum of understanding MOU with Amazon company, with Amazon e-commerce. So if the answer is option A. The Government of Karnataka has signed MOU with Amazon India to boost the e-commerce sector of the state and also MSME sector of the state. This MOU will help to uplift the MSME to global level to help the various export programs of Amazon. So under this MOU, Amazon India will conduct seminars and a training workshop for exporters from major MSMEs. So these are the main points you need to remember regarding this MOU. So the right answer is option A. Amazon is Karnataka government has signed MOU with Amazon e-commerce platform. The question says, which among these banks is not included in the domestic systematically important banks? We'll call this in short term DSIBs, domestic systematically important banks. List of RBI. So we'll see the options. The options are A SBI, B Axis Bank, C HDFC Bank, D ICICI Bank. In none of these. The question, which among these banks is not included in domestic systematically important banks? So first we will try to see which are the banks domestically important banks. So domestically important banks are in India recognized by list released by RBI, SBI, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. So obviously option B will be, we can eliminate easily, that is Axis Bank. So the Reserve Bank of India has retained the SBI, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank as domestic systematically important banks, or banks that are considered too big to fail. The banks that are considered as too big to fail. So RBI stated this state-owned banks, that is SBI, HDFC, ICICI Bank, continue to domestic systematically important banks. Here the option is, for this question the right answer is option B. It is Axis Bank. It is not in domestically important banks list. Only 3 banks are RBI released list, and then that 3 banks are the domestic systematically important banks. Now moving on next question. The question says, Reserve Bank of India has imposed 2 crore penalty on which bank for the reason of non-compliance with certain directions issued by central bank and delaying in submitting fraud's report. So simply recently RBI imposed 2 crore penalty on which bank? So that penalty reason is their non-compliance with certain directions issued by RBI and delaying submitting of fraud reports to RBI. So we'll see the options. The options are A Citibank, B Federal Bank, C Standard Chartered Bank, D DBS Bank. In none of these. So RBI imposed 2 crore penalty on Standard Chartered Bank. So recently RBI imposed 2 crore penalty on Standard Chartered Bank for the reason of non-compliance with certain directions issued by RBI and delaying in submitting a fraud report. So due to this reason RBI has imposed 2 crore penalty on Standard Chartered Bank. Now moving on to next question. Friends, now next question says, Tesla Incorporated has registered its first fully owned subsidiary in which city of India? So Tesla recently opened a new company, that is subsidiary company in India. No? So in which city in India they opened? We'll see the options. The options are A Bengaluru, B Hyderabad, C Gurgaon, D Mumbai. In none of these. So you might have read in recent days in news also, in newspaper also it is came that Tesla, our Elon Musk. So our Elon Musk owned electric vehicle company. So this Tesla is our Elon Musk electrical vehicle company. So this company has registered their subsidiary company in India. In which city? So that city name is option A Bengaluru. So in Bengaluru, this Elon Musk electrical vehicle company Tesla has registered with the company name. So the company name is registered as Tesla India Motors and Energy Private Limited. The company name is Tesla India Motors and Energy Private Limited. So with this name, this Tesla Incorporated company, it is US based California US based company. This headquarters it is California US. So this company has named has registered with Tesla India Motors and Energy Private Limited with this name in India, in Bengaluru. Now moving on next question. The question says, what is the total outlay? What is the total outlay for the PMKVY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 3.0? So launched by government for the 2021. So what is the total outlay of this scheme, this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana? That is 3.2. We'll see the options. The options are A 900 crores, B 1050 crores, C 948.90 crores, D 850 crores. In none of these. So the government of India has launched this third phase of this 3.0 of this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana on January of this month, that is 15th. So an outlay of around rupees 948.90. Here the right answer is 948.90 crores. Option C. So this scheme has been rolled out for the current financial year ending March 2021, and it will be implemented by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So this will be implemented by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The question may ask also like this: this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme implemented by which ministry? So when question asks like that, means you have to give answer Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So here the right answer is option C, 948.90 crores. This outlay of this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana third phase. Now moving on to next question. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. The question says the Paytm Payments Bank Limited PPBL in partnership with which small finance bank launched the new FD services to their customers. Recently, this Paytm Payment Bank has partnership with which small finance bank to launch this new FD schemes. We'll see the options. The options are A. Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, B. Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, C. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, D. Equitas Small Finance Bank. In none of these. So the Paytm Payment Bank in partnership with Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. So option B is SSFBL. This Suryodaya Small Finance Bank has this Paytm Payment Bank has partnership with the Suryodaya Small Finance Bank Limited. They launched the FD services to their customers. Initially, this Paytm Payment Bank partnered with IndusInd Bank to offer FD services. So within an investment of 100 rupees. So thus this Paytm Payment Bank Limited has become the India's first payment bank to launch multi-partnered FD services. Multi means earlier they were partnered with IndusInd Bank. Now they partnered with Small Finance Bank, that Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. So thus this Paytm Payment Bank Limited has become the India's first payment bank to launch multi-partner FD services. Now when it comes to starting part of this the PPBL, this Paytm Payment Bank and Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, the both headquarters, this PPBL Paytm Payment Bank headquarters it is Noida, Uttar Pradesh, and this Suryodaya Small Finance Bank headquarters it is Mumbai. Now moving on to session, the next question says which edition of Global Risk Report 2021 was released by World Economic Forum? Recently this Global Risk Report 2021 was released by our World Economic Forum. No? So they're asking in question the edition number. We'll see the options. The options are A 17th, B 19th, C 16th, D 18th. Here the right answer is option C 16th. Recently, the World Economic Forum released 16th edition of Global Risk Report 2021. So the findings of this analysis of this report are based on Global Risk Perception Survey. We'll call it a short form GRPS, Global Risk Perception Survey. So when it comes to starting part, the headquarters of this World Economic Forum, it is Switzerland. It is Switzerland. Reserve Bank of India has formed a working group to study digital lending activities to stop the growing frauds in the sector. So the question is, who will head this committee? RBI has formed a working group to study digital lending activities to stop the growing frauds in the sector. So the question is, who will be head of this committee? Now we'll see the options. The options are A. M.K. Jain, B. Jayant Kumar Das, C. Viral Acharya, D. Raghuram Rajan. In none of these. The RBI has set up a working group to study these digital lending activities for the regulated and unregulated players. So due to the growing of instances of frauds in digital lending space, so for that this RBI has framed this work group. So for this work group, the Jayant Kumar Das, option B, here the answer is option B, Jayant Kumar Das, he became the head of this committee. So RBI made him as head of this committee. So he is present ED of RBI and chairman of RBI. So he became the head of this committee. So the main purpose of this committee is to stop the growing frauds in this digital lending act on this digital lending activities like the digital payments and everything. So here the answer is option B, Jayant Kumar Das. He is the head of this committee, this digital lending activities and frauds for this work group. Now moving on next question. The question says IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory Development and Authority of India, has constituted an expert panel to examine the availability of health insurance product in the country. So RBI has constituted an expert panel, okay, to examine the availability of health insurance products in the country. Okay, fine. Now the question is, who is the head of this committee? Here the question is, who is head of this expert panel level committee head? Now we'll see the options. The options are A. R.S. Sharma, B. Praveen Kutumbe, C. Subhash Chandra Kuntia, D. Prakash Kamath. In none of these. This insurance regulator IRDAI has set up a panel of this experts that will call it as Health Insurance Advisory Committee. So that expert level panel, that name is Health Insurance Advisory Committee. So to examine the availability of these health insurance products so in the country. So considering the need of the Indian society and recommend suitable products and process of, so these things this panel will suggest. So this expert committee will be headed by our IRDA present chairperson Subhash Chandra Kuntia. So simply option C is the answer. So that answer, the committee head name is Subhash Chandra Kuntia. He is also he is present IRDA chairperson. So that right answer is option C. Now the next question says, who will head the College of Supervisors? Who will head the College of Supervisors formed by RBI, formed by Reserve Bank of India to further strengthen supervision over regulated entities? I'll repeat question once again. Who will be the head of the College of Supervisors formed by RBI to further strengthen supervision over regulated entities? So the options are A. M.K. Jain, B. N.S. Vishwanathan, C. Viral Acharya, D. Raghuram Rajan. In none of these. The RBI has set up an academic advisory council. That council name we'll call it as this College of Supervisors. So this College of Supervisor to further strengthen the supervision over regulated entities. So this College of Supervisors will be headed by our former Deputy Governor N.S. Vishwanathan. So the answer is B. Option B is the right answer. N.S. Vishwanathan. He is the former Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India. So he is the head of this College Supervisor Academic Advisory Council. So he will have and also in this group also having 5 other members. So for this group, N.S. Vishwanathan is the head of this College of Supervisors. Now moving on next question. The question says, which asset management company, so which mutual fund company, which asset management company has launched the investor awareness campaign? That campaign title is Paisa Ko Roko Mat. Paisa Ko Roko Mat. We'll see the options. The options are A. SBI Mutual Fund, B. HDFC Mutual Fund, C. Sundaram Mutual Fund, D. IDFC Mutual Fund. In none of these. So this Paisa Ko Roko Mat, this is that campaign title name. So which asset management company has launched this investor awareness campaign? Here right answer is option D, IDFC Mutual Fund. So IDFC Mutual Fund has launched its latest this Pan India investor awareness campaign. So that campaign name they titled given hash Paison ko roko mat. Now moving on next question. The question says, friends, now we'll see the next question in this session. The question says, RBI has cancelled the license of Vasanta Dada Nagari Sahakari Bank Limited. So Vasanta Dada Nagari Sahakari Bank Limited, recently RBI cancelled this Sahakari Bank license. The question is, the bank was based in which state? So the headquarters of this bank they are asking. So now we'll see the options. The options are A. Maharashtra, B. Rajasthan, C. Bengaluru, D. Hyderabad. In none of these. So recently RBI has cancelled the license of this Vasantadada Nagari Sahakari Bank Limited. So the headquarters of this bank, it is Maharashtra. So answer is option A. So now we'll see the why this RBI has cancelled this license. So RBI is saying that this bank has failed to comply with the requirements mandated in Banking and Regulation Act. So the bank is citing failure to meet regulatory requirements. So the bank is failed to meet that RBI's regulatory requirements. So that's why this RBI has cancelled license of this Vasantadada Nagari Sahakari Bank. So this Sahakari Bank headquarters it is Maharashtra. It is Mumbai based. That headquarters exactly in Osmanabad. It is in Osmanabad. It is in Maharashtra. Now moving on to next question. The question says Mahindra Lifespace Developers. Mahindra Lifespace Developers Company. This company name is that. Then this Mahindra Lifespace Developers Company has signed MOU with which public sector lender to have the faster loan approvals and to offer discounts to customers and employees. So simply this Mahindra Lifespace Developer Company has signed with which public sector bank. So for faster loan approvals and discounts for their customers and employees. Now we'll see the options. The options are A. Canara Bank, B. PNB, C. SBI, D. ICICI Bank. So in question they said public sector bank. So here we can remove option D. So out of A, B, C we have to find right answer. So here the right answer is option C, State Bank of India. Our public sector lender State Bank of India has signed a MOU with this Mahindra Lifespace Developers Company. So to give faster loan approvals to their employees and also to their customers and to our bank customers. So the right answer is option C, SBA. Now when it comes to static part of this SBA chairman present Dinesh Kumar Kara and headquarters of SBA, of course it is Mumbai. Now moving on next question. The question says the government of India has approved Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. This abbreviation you need to remember. SISFS means that Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. Government of India has approved this SISFS scheme to fund startups. So how much amount has been allocated to this scheme? I'll repeat the scheme name. Scheme name is Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. We'll see the options. The options are A 900 crores, B 945 crores, C 1000 crores, D 850 crores. In none of these. The central government has approved Startup India Seed Fund Scheme on January 29th of this year 2021. So the total corpus is allocated to this scheme is 945 crore rupees. Here the right answer is option B, 945 crore rupees. Central government has approved 945 crore rupees to this scheme, that is Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. So this scheme to fund startups. This scheme is their funding to startup companies. Now moving on next question. The question says the mobile application Krishi Saka has been launched by which insurance firm? The mobile application Krishi Saka has been launched by which insurance company? And see the options. The options are A. Bharti AXA General Insurance, B. ICICI Lombard General Insurance, C. Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, D. HDFC Ergo General Insurance. Here the right answer is option A. Bharti AXA General Insurance has been launched a new app called Krishi Saka. Krishi Saka, this app desires to help farmers in adopting best farming practices and enhancing productivity through catering to the specific needs of farmers. So basically this app is designed for farmers to help farmers to adapting best farming technology to cultivating their crops. Here the option is option A, Bharti AXA General Insurance. Now moving on to next question. The question says HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited. So this abbreviation you need to remember, this HSBC, Hong Kong and the Shanghai Banking Corporation has inaugurated their international banking unit at Gift City in which Indian state? Which is options? Options are A. Mumbai, B. Kolkata, C. New Delhi, D. Gujarat, E. None of these. HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank Corporation has inaugurated its international banking unit at Gift City in Gujarat. So the option is D. Option D, Gujarat is the right answer. HSBC has inaugurated their international banking business unit in Gift City, that is in Gujarat. So when it comes to starting part of this HSBC, the HSBC headquarters it is Mumbai. HSBC India office headquarters it is Mumbai, and present CEO of this HSBC Bank India, his name is Surendra Roshar. So when it comes to Gift City, this gift there is abbreviation of there is an abbreviation for this gift. G for Gujarat, I for international, F for finance, T for tech city. So we'll call it as Gujarat Ahmedabad as a gift city. So whenever in any competitive examination, which Indian state called it as gift city, we can say Gujarat, or which Indian city means you have to give Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad is a gift city, and that to Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Now moving on to next question. The question says National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies. So everywhere it will be there, urban cooperative banks and credit societies in our country. So the question is National Federation of these urban cooperative banks and credit societies held their 44th annual general meeting in which city recently? Simply, these cooperative banks and credit societies 44th annual general meeting was held recently. So that meeting was held in which city? Which is the options? Options are A. Mumbai, B. Kolkata, C. New Delhi, D. Chennai in none of these. Right answer is option C. New Delhi. So recently, this 44th annual general meeting of these urban cooperative banks and credit societies, the meeting was held in New Delhi. The question says, which bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in EdTech platform My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MEPL? I'll repeat the question once again. Which bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in EdTech platform My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MESPL? We'll see the options. The options are A. ICICI Bank, B. Union Bank of India, C. Punjab National Bank PNB, and D. Canara Bank in none of these. So here the right answer is option A. ICICI Bank. So for this question also, answer is ICICI Bank. This private sector lender ICICI Bank has announced to acquire 9.09% stake in education technology platform. That platform name is My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited. So that platform, that company name is My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited, MESPL, for the around cash value is 4.5 crores. So the 9.09% stake it is equal to cash value of 4.5 crores. So here the ICICI Bank has partnered with this My Classboard Education Solutions Private Limited. Now moving on next question. The question says, name the first urban cooperative bank of India to receive license from RBI to transition to small finance bank. So it's simply which urban cooperative bank had transformed into small finance bank soon. That permission, that license is given by RBI. We'll see the options. The options are A. Mahesh Cooperative Bank, B. New India Cooperative Bank, C. Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank, D. Vijay Cooperative Bank. So here the right answer is option C. Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank. This UP based, this Uttar Pradesh based, this Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank has become the first urban cooperative bank in India to receive license from Reserve Bank of India to operate as a small finance bank. So most important question in upcoming examination, that is NABARD, RBI, VPS and other bank and financial exams. So they will ask simply which cooperative bank, the cooperative bank name who got license from RBI to transition to small finance bank. So like when question asked like that means you have to give simply Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank. In interview also this question may ask. So you have to prepare thoroughly. So Shivalik Mercantile Cooperative Bank, it is a UP based urban cooperative bank. That too urban cooperative bank. So this bank has got the license to operate as small finance bank, SFB. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. Our next question says, which bank launched InstaFX mobile app for authorized money changers? Which bank has launched InstaFX mobile app for authorized money changers? These are the options. The options are A. Canara Bank, B. Punjab National Bank, C. SBI, D. ICICI Bank. Here the right answer is option D. ICICI Bank. Our India's private sector bank, ICICI Bank, has launched a new mobile application. That application name will call it as InstaFX. So through this InstaFX app, it is launched to help customers for any bank to get ICICI Bank Forex prepaid card swiftly. The specification of this app is to help the customers of any bank to get ICICI Bank Forex prepaid card swiftly. So thus by doing this, ICICI Bank has become the first in the country to offer this facility, that to money changers. So it is thus offers easy of convenience to the users who are not even the customers of ICICI Bank. They can also transact these FX transactions. Now when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of it is ICICI Bank, it is Mumbai, and present MD and CEO of ICICI Bank, Sandeep Bakshi. Now next question says, National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies, NAFCUB, abbreviation you need to remember, National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies. National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies held its 44th annual general meeting in which city recently? So their 44th annual general meeting held in which city recently? We'll see the options. The options are A. Mumbai, B. Kolkata, C. New Delhi, D. Chennai, none of this. So the right answer is option C. New Delhi. Option C, New Delhi. So in New Delhi, this National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies 44th annual general meeting was held in New Delhi. So when it comes to starting part of this question, Jyoti Mehta is the present president of this NAFCUB, is National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks. Now, yeah, that's all about this question. The legal entity identifier LEI is a dash digit number and the legal entity identifier India Limited is a wholly owned subsidiary of dash. So in last question we read regarding this legal entity identifier for RTGS and NEFT transactions, RBI made this company as we said is 50 crore and above all RTGS and NEFT transactions is managed by this legal entity identifier. So the question is, that legal entity identifier is a how many digit number, and also that legal entity identifier India Limited is wholly owned subsidiary of which financial organization. So we'll see the options. The options are A. 20 digit number and the owned subsidiary and the wholly owned subsidiary of CCIL, and option B 18 digit number, it is SEBI, and C 15 digit number CCIL, and D 12 digit number RBI. E none of these. Here the right answer is option A. So that legal entity identifier, it is a 20 digit number, and this legal entity identifier India Limited LEIL, it is a wholly owned subsidiary of CCIL. CCIL, its abbreviation is Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Clearing Corporation of India Limited. So this legal entity identifier is a 20-digit number used to uniquely identify the parties to financial transactions worldwide. That is sender to, that beneficiary. This is a 20-digit a unique identifier parties number. So this LEI, this legal entity identifier, can be obtained from legal entity identifier India Limited, which is wholly owned subsidiary of CCIL, that is Clearing Corporation of India. Now moving on, next question. The question says, which bank has collaborated with IIT Kanpur to launch FinTech Innovation Center at its campus? Which bank has collaborated with IIT Kanpur to launch FinTech Innovation Center at its campus? Here the options are A. Canara Bank, B. Punjab National Bank, C. Indian Bank, D. ICICI Bank. In none of this. So the right answer is option B, Punjab National Bank. PNB has partnered with IIT Kanpur and the Foundation of Innovation and Research in Science and Technology. That is first, we'll call it as first. The abbreviation of first is Foundation for Innovation and Research in Science and Technology, to set up this FinTech Innovation Center, FIC, we'll call it as FIC, at their institute campus, that is IIT Kanpur campus. And if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my Invoicing YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notification to your mobile. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Jai Hind.